Lecture number 3, the characteristic features of the nanoparticles. Now the very first is the color. Now actually see, when you see there is a nanoscale. It is an optical property that is different at the nanoscale. Elemental gold, as we know, gold आपने देखा ही होगा, it has got a nice shiny yellow color. Okay, gold का color you know. However, if you had only 100 gold atoms arranged in a cube, its color would be much more red. See, this is the difference. Okay, that is the characteristic feature. First is the color, the next is the surface area. High surface to volume ratio, it is a very important characteristic of the nanoparticle. If a bulk material is subdivided into groups of the individual nanoparticle, the total volume जो है ना वो same रहता है, but the collective surface area जो है that is increased. The example they have given it over here. Okay, with the large surface area of for the same volume, these small particles they react much faster because more surface area provides more number of the reactant sites, leading to more chemical reactivity. And explanation for the increase in the surface area it is given here. See, एक जो क्यूब है उसका एरिया इज 6 into 1 meter square, that is 6 meter square. ओके, उसको हाफ किया, सो दैट वुड बी एंड 8, मतलब क्यूब्स 8 है तो उसका होता है इट इज 12 मीटर स्क्वायर. फर्दर इफ इट इज फर्दर डिवाइडेड द सरफेस एरिया विल इंक्रीज ना, so the area would be more, the surface area is more. So that is the best example for the same. The next we can go for the catalytic activity. Due to the increase in the surface area, so what will happen? Now due to increase in surface area with the decrease in the particle size, the nanomaterial based catalysts they show the increase in the catalytic activity. Heterogeneous catalyst, you know what is the heterogeneous catalyst? Reaction में हर एक का फेज सेम नहीं है, that is called as a heterogeneous. 11th standard में you had it this. That means that the catalysts are in the solid form and the reaction occurs on the surface of the catalyst. The nanoparticles they can easily separated and they can be recycled. For example, platinum, palladium, they are used in the hydrogenation process. And see, even this zinc oxide, it is used as the photocatalysis. Gold in bulk form is unreactive, but gold nanoparticles they are a very good catalyst for the organic reactions. The next we go for the thermal properties, that is the melting point. The melting point it is drastically changes, it depends on the size of it. Actually sodium जो है 1000 sodium atoms appear to melt at 288 Kelvin. अगर उनका cluster है of 10,000 atoms, then it will melt at 303 Kelvin and the bulk sodium will melt at 371. मतलब more the number of the atoms together, what will happen? The melting point would increase. It melts at a higher temperature. Okay, the next, mechanical strength. Nano-sized copper and the palladium clusters with the diameter in size of the range 5 to 7 nanometer, it can have the hardness to 500% greater than the bulk metal. So nanoparticle ka mechanical property is very high. The thermal conductivity is observed to change at the nanoscale. For example, the carbon nanotube जो है, it can act as a conductor or a semiconductor in its behavior. So these are the, what I can say, these are the characteristic features of the nanoparticles. Next is the synthesis of the nanoparticles. ये यहाँ पे मैंने diagram draw नहीं किया है, It's a very simple diagram. There was no space here, so I have not drawn it over here. There are two approaches for the synthesis of the nanoparticles. You can see it over here. Bottom up, जो नीचे दिया है, that is bottom up, and the top down shows the preparation method for the nanoparticle. In the bottom approach, the molecular components arrange themselves in the more complex assemblies, atom by atom, molecule by molecule, and cluster by cluster from the bottom. So the synthesis of the nanoparticles by the colloidal dispersion. In, you can see, okay, bottom mein you can see this, right? In the top down approach, the nanomaterials, they are synthesized from the bulk material by breaking the material, and the bulk solids, they are disabled into the final particles, and so to get the very few atoms. So this is how you can prepare them. The next is the wet chemical synthesis of the nanoparticles. Even this may be a question expected in the exam. It is called as a sol gel process. Sol gel process. If you remember, yeah, adsorption may also there was some part to be done. We had done it. The sols are the dispersions of the colloidal particles in the liquid. The colloids, they are the solid particles with the diameters of 1 to 100 nanometers. A gel is interconnected. It is a rigid network with the pores of the submicrometer dimensions. Okay. Abhi, a sol gel process is based on the inorganic polymerization reaction. It's generally carried out at a room temperature and includes the 4 steps: hydrolysis, polycondensation, drying, and thermal decomposition. And this method is widely employed to prepare the oxide materials. So what are the steps? What did we say? Okay, now what is the first step? It's the formation of the different stable solution of the alkoxide or the solvated metal precursor. Yeah, this is the first one. Okay. Then the next, see the second one is gelation resulting from the formation of the oxide or the alcohol bridged network. It is by the polycondensation reaction. Third, it is the aging of the gel, means during that period the gel is transformed into a solid mass. Uske baad drying of the gel, it is dried. It is in this step the water is removed from the gel network. That is the drying of the gel. And the next is the dehydration, where it is heated up to 800 degrees Celsius. Okay, then after that you have some photographic instruments and the photograph of the X-ray diffractometer. And see, listen, table number 16.1 में ये जो name of the techniques है ना, so what is XRD, what is transmission electron microscope, TEM, SEM, इसके full forms they are asked, they will be expected in the exam notes exercise. Maybe they have given this and they have asked you what is the full form of it. What is the full form of FTIR, that is Fourier transform infrared spectrophotometer. So ये सब what I can say, the full forms they are expected in the exam. They have given you the diagrams, TEM, TIFR spectroscope, and the ruby red color वो कैसे होता है? The color is because of the nanoparticle. So all this they have given. And okay, then we proceed in the next lecture for the same.